they've played Ipswich and Brentford, and a very poor Manchester United side that are not worthy of the coverage that they get. The only reason Man United get as much coverage as they do is because of what they did in the past and the size of the football club, not because of the quality of their football team. Liverpool are playing against a poor Manchester United side, and so they roll over them. And when they play against Arsenal and when they play against Manchester City, who are just on a different level at this moment in time, we will see what he has to do to adjust to those games. They're all about what they were once before rather than what they are now. There wasn't a player on that pitch that you can look at from Man United and say how many of those players would get into the previous Manchester United sides, and you'd have to say none of them.
Arne Slot, a lot was made, Graeme, of what it's going to be like, this transition. Klopp goes, Slot comes in, but it's been seamless, hasn't it?
And so it should have been. You know, you're taking over a very, very healthy outfit. It's a fabulous job. He's walked into... Well, in management, you don't normally get a job because it's going well. He's walked into a job that was going well, and he's got a group of youngsters behind him. And he's had a chance to look at the players. I'm sure he has a budget to work with. And he's being cautious about why would you walk into Liverpool, as he has, and want to change anything? I mean, I'm mystified. Maybe I just know nothing about football. And I hear all these pundits talking about how different it is. I don't see a different Liverpool. I see... what I saw yesterday, it was so impressive because... What you have, you know, and Man City fall into the same category. Arsenal fall into the same category. The first thing you overlook is the work rate they put in. You know, it's all right to be clever on the ball and make cute passes and have Haaland who, you know, gets goals from nothing. But the number one priority is to go in there and work your socks off. Let me tell you, when I was a player at Liverpool, you know what they used to say? Generally, the best team that they called it pressing then, closing down. The best team that closes down will generally win the league. And when you analyse closing down, i.e. pressing, it's working hard. And I saw from my team yesterday a team that worked their socks off, very aggressive. I was taken by their midfield, Slobozlai and Gravenbach. I thought they bullied everyone in there. And they won at a canter, and it could have been a lot worse when you think of the chances they had. Slobozlai, the one where he's trying to walk it into the net instead of a shot from 6-7 yards out. They were very impressive yesterday, but I don't see a different Liverpool. I just see a Liverpool that were at their best yesterday. No, yeah. I want to say that as well. And I'm it's in this job you're asked to go early and make predictions. You know, and I said prior to this game, well, you know, a relatively easy game against a team that's come up in Ipswich, a home game against Brentford. With all due respect, some games that you would normally expect the big clubs to go there and win. And the acid test to be this weekend when they play Man United. They didn't get much of a test from United. They just rolled them over with lots to spare.
You were right about Steady Eddie Casemiro.
I think I was being
He's not so steady, is he?
Hold on a minute. You two were digging me out about that.
At the time, yes.
And you?
I didn't dig you out.
Face.
I just observed
don't
it.
Sit there, not me.
I didn't have a view on it. You're the one
sitting there,
calling
not
Steady
me,
Eddie.
Gov, wasn't he there?
I was there, but I didn't observe on it.
Well, I have to say this as well. I'm not being unkind. Manu might be a player. He might be a player. But it's still Man United, and I'm starting, this is not to be critical of Man United. It's never been any different. Someone comes on the scene at Man United. In my day, there were the new George Best, the new Bobby Charlton, the new Dennis Law. It is FC Hollywood. They call that Bayern Munich in Germany FC Hollywood. That's what Man United here. Anyone shows anything, and they're put into a superstardom category way before they even become a good player. And Manu right now should be a player that's flirting in and out of a good team, not coming in and being asked to stand up and play against the very best teams. He might be a player one day, but he's certainly not the go-to man at United like they're making out right now in midfield. They got ran over. They were not in the game yesterday.
Simon, on Liverpool, did you expect a transition period between Klopp and Slot? Because it has been seamless. Graeme says there should never have been any transition period. It should have carried on as it's carried on because this is Liverpool.
Why would you change it?
And he's got the players. Yeah, so why would he change it, I suppose?
Well, absolutely. That's why all this hysteria about the fact that Liverpool haven't spent any money on players and all the so-called knowledge about what they should and shouldn't be doing. First of all, they've played Ipswich and Brentford, and a very poor Manchester United side that are not worthy of the coverage that they get. The only reason Man United get as much coverage as they do is because of what they did in the past and the size of the football club, not because of the quality of their football team. If it was any other team, we wouldn't be talking about them. Man United get far more coverage than their performances. Absolutely,
that's always been the way.
I know it has. But then of course, we do these false equivalencies. Liverpool are playing against a poor Manchester United side, and so they roll over them. And when they play against Arsenal and when they play against Manchester City, who are just on a different level at this moment in time, we will see what he has to do to adjust to those games. But when you're playing against opposition like a newly promoted Ipswich, with due respect to a Brentford side that will do well, but will do very well to get out of Liverpool games, anything out of Liverpool, and then you play against a Man United side that are all in your rearview mirror. They're all about what they were once before rather than what they are now. There wasn't a player on that pitch that you can look at from Man United and say, how many of those players, perhaps Fernandes on paper, but not on that performance yesterday, would get into the previous Manchester United sides, and you'd have to say none of them.
I think I heard a first yesterday, watching it on the telly. Man United crowd are a good crowd. They're actually booing them.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard that before.
Never, when you were playing?
No, never.
It seems, Simon, that it's no longer a shock when Liverpool go to Old Trafford and do a job in United.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you look at the statistics, it is, because they haven't done it many times. But in recent times, obviously, they smashed them a couple of years ago, not at Old Trafford, but at Anfield. This is a Liverpool side that's in better nick than Manchester United. This is a Liverpool side that didn't have much wrong with it. We were surprised that Liverpool dropped off last year. Myself and Graham questioned some of the aspects of the dressing room because we felt it would be able to carry itself, even though the emotional energy might have gone out of the room because Klopp was departing. That might have given you a different emotional charge. What you've got is a very good group of players. That is the reasons why they haven't gone out and spent inordinate amounts of money in the transfer carnival, because they don't need to. Because if you look at what they've got really, really good players.
I thought, and again, we're talking 3 games in, I thought they may have needed a central midfield player, more of a holding one. But you have to say, Gravenberch has come in. He didn't show it last year. And Slobozaj had a great start last year, did tail off. So will that happen again? But you have to say they were very good yesterday.
I thought the question might be centre-halves, and there's a reason why Konate went out of favour with Klopp, and we'll see if that reason manifests itself again. Right now, he's got a cigar on because he's playing against opposition that cannot do what they need to do against him. He's physically strong, he's a decent player.
I think that's a good shout. I think, you start the season, is it Kwanzaa, is that how you say the chap's name, the young boy's name? So he's obviously looked at him and fancied him day one.
But he got a knock in the first game, didn't he? So
was it a knock, or he was getting messed around, wasn't he?
Well, there's Tony,
right, it was
Tony on the Twitter feed this morning. Johnny Rep, a famous Dutch player one time, said 2 months ago that Arne Slot will win the Premier League title in his first season, so why won't he? Ask Graham, Jim, why won't he? Do you think he will?
Well, I think if you could maintain that level, I thought they were quite outstanding yesterday. They've gone there showing no fear. We're going to take you on. We're going to outgun you, out-football you. We're going to bully you. And they did all of those things. And Man United got away lightly with 3-0. The reason I don't think they'll win it is because the other two sides right now are slightly better than them. But, listen, the 3 great...
Who? What other sides?
Obviously Arsenal and City.
Arsenal and City.
Yeah. I think...
I think City are great. I mean, I watched City. I'm not prone to superlatives. I watched that City performance on Saturday. They were remarkable. And it isn't just Haaland scoring goals that are nothing. It's the threat that they carry everywhere. All players can kick with both feet. They can create doubt in the opposition. They can play the ball around opposition. If you press them, they'll destroy you. If you sit back off them, they'll destroy you. They're a remarkable side.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, Graham. We'll come back to this right away. 3 wins and 3 clean sheets for Liverpool under Slot. Do you have a feeling, Liverpool fans, this could be it? He could do it in his first season. 03717 223344. Manchester United. Where on earth are your thoughts, United fans, with your club this morning? As for Sir Jim Ratcliffe, did he simply back the wrong horse in the summer with Ten Hag? 03717 223344. Let's be hearing from you.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.